The world is vast. It teems with heroes, mercenaries, and would-be legends. Every guild hall is filled with warriors boasting of their latest conquest, wizards claiming mastery over the arcane, and rogues spinning tall tales of daring heists and that their stolen treasure is hidden so well that nobody's ever going to find it. But with so many adventurers walking the land, how do you make sure that your name isn't simply lost to time? How do you stand out when so many others wield swords, sling spells, and chase that same treasure? GameMasters here, and today I give you 4 strategies to ensure that your character and you as a player shine at the table. Tip 1. Strengthen your bonds. A lone adventurer is just another wandering soul, but a true legend is remembered for the company that they keep. Instead of chasing glory alone, invest in the party that you're with. Get to know their goals, fears, quirks, and even their backstories. Forge friendships in character, and support them when the stakes are high. It's not just about the loot, it's about the stories you tell together after the blood has been spilt in the dungeons and the ale is flowing at the local tavern. The best heroes don't just fight well, they fight for something, for a cause. The adventure is not about you and you alone. Otherwise, you're going to be playing the game solo, right? To make an adventure especially grand, support your fellow players, but also have your character support the overall party. You know that the rogue needs to climb up a wall, and you just looted some slippers of spider climbing in the session from 2 weeks ago. Hand them over. You're Wizard Harry. Your talents are slinging spells. The rogue's talents? They need to shine, and you have the ability to provide that polish. Tip 2. Weave a tale worth remembering. Anyone can roll dice, but a true adventurer gives their character a reason why they swing that sword or cast that spell. Why did your fighter take up the blade? What drives your warlock to make pacts with eldritch beings? What fear keeps your rogue awake at night? A character with depth is one that the party and the dungeon master is going to care about. Don't just play a class, play a person, become a character. A detailed backstory can take care of most of these, provide the whys and the motivations, but reflect on your own real-life backstory as well. Is there a reason that you yourself act the way that you do in real life? You don't have to let that bleed into your game, but consider this. If you have had a negative element in your past and it's caused you to act or react a certain way, wouldn't your character also be consistent in their actions or reactions based on elements from their own backstory? Now, I've seen many times where a player would do something and cite, well, it's what my character would do. Think about that. Is it really? Would your character really go against the norms of society? Well, okay, perhaps they would, but the takeaway here is to provide reasons as to why your character would do something, not that they would just because. When all is said and done, when those actions are taken, are backed up by thought and consideration and a damn good backstory, you're going to find that the tale being told is worth remembering. If your character has a backstory that's deeper than simply I'm just here for the gold and the loot, then give me a thumbs up. And if you've ever had a DM weave your backstory into the main plot of the adventure, I'd love to know that down in the comments. I really want to hear your legendary tales. Tip 3. Take bold action. Legends aren't made by waiting for the perfect moment. They're made by taking risks, by leaping into the unknown and seizing opportunities. Want to climb up on top of the dragon's back, but your dex is only at 11? You know, try it anyways. Want to talk to the Bandit King and see if he'll join your side? Make your case, but don't roll it. Actually act it out. Want to pull off an impossible stunt? Go for it. Jump in with both feet. Even if you fail, you're going to fail in a way that the table is going to remember. And that is what makes a session unforgettable. It gives everyone something to talk about well after the game is ended. Put another way, the most memorable moments in a campaign very rarely come from playing it safe. As Kenny Rogers would sing, you gotta know when to hold 'em, you gotta know when to fold 'em, you gotta know when to walk away, and of course you've gotta know when to run. And that's a good thing to keep in mind with combat and other elements of the adventure. But keep in mind that to make it really epic, your characters aren't just numbers on a sheet of paper. You want them to be a part of a heroic party. You got to push beyond the obvious choices. Use spells creatively. Make wild bets. And you got to trust that a natural 1 can be just as legendary as a natural 20. No one's going to remember the time that you tried to do something mundane, but everyone is going to remember the time you attempted to ride your horse across across a collapsing bridge, threw your sword like a javelin at a big bad evil guy just to get out of the wager for your soul in a game of chance against a demon lord. The tale isn't shaped by the cautious. It's shaped by those who dared to take a chance. Tip 4. Forget the meta and play in the moment instead. Too many players attempt to win at Dungeons & Dragons or whatever the role-playing game of choice is at your table instead of actually experiencing it. They min-max their stats, obsess over the most efficient builds, and stress over the optimal choices. Memorable adventures aren't found in spreadsheets, they're found in moments. Instead of chasing mechanical perfection, chase those epic moments. Be the bard that challenges a lich to a battle of wits. Be the paladin who breaks their oath to save an innocent. Be the wizard who casts a wild spell just to see what the hell happens. True legends don't just seek victory. They seek a story worth telling. Role-playing games aren't just about rolling dice and crunching numbers. That certainly has its place, yes, but it's more about stepping into a living, breathing world where your choices shape the tale. Instead of constantly thinking about what gives you the highest damage per round, look back at our second tip and consider not what would my character do, but rather instead ask, why would my character do this? Embrace the unexpected. Play with emotion. Not too much emotion. I mean, it is still just a game after all, and the risk of total annihilation of your character is still within the realm of possibility. Overall, react to the story as it unfolds. Some of the greatest moments in the game come from players making choices that didn't make tactical sense, but made narrative sense. Whether it's diving into battle to avenge a fallen ally, offering a villain a chance at redemption, or sacrificing your character to save the realm, the best moments that will have everyone talking for years to come are the ones that no one saw coming. I hope you got something out of today's video, and I only ask that if you did, to please give it a mighty thumbs up and share it with someone else who might find it fun. Of course, you're also welcome to subscribe if you like what you saw and you'd like to see more videos like this. But let's keep the tips rolling. What are some tips that you can give other players and viewers that will make their play just that much more epic? Let everyone know down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may your tales of adventure be worthy of tall tales and wicked stories for years to come.